Welcome back, adventurers, to the tavern. Today we're making tonkotsu. Not to be confused with the Japanese tonkotsu ramen, this is a dish using ribs, daikon, carrots, and taro root in a sweet miso paste. Let's get it started. Alrighty, as for the ingredients that we're using today, our main ingredient right here is our pork ribs. We got a daikon, we're just going to use about half of this, some taro roots, carrots, little slivers of ginger here, some miso paste, bit of honey, mirin, and dashi powder, and some salt. And let's go ahead and prep these bad boys up. Alright, and here we have our ingredients all prepped. The daikon's been skinned and cut into circles. The taro root has also been skinned, washed, and quartered. And carrots skinned and sliced as well. And we have our pork ribs. I have taken off the membrane and just, I've left the bone in. We're just gonna have these little riblets today. Now let's get started to cook them up. First things first, we're gonna start the fire. Cast your fireball in there. Keep it on high heat. And once we got the heat going, we're gonna go ahead and toss in all the ribs. For this recipe, you want a very large pot or big frying pan, but this is the biggest one I have. We're going to try to sear all sides as much as possible real quick. While it's cooking, just add a touch of salt on it. Don't need too much, since we're going to be adding miso and soy sauce to this. That's one ingredient that I forgot to present. We are going to be using soy sauce with the miso. Okay, now we're going to start flipping these guys over. Now at this point, we're going to just pile the vegetables right on top. And we're going to go ahead and pour some water in here. That was about 2 cups. It's about 4 cups. And now about 6 cups. That should do. And next we're gonna just put a lid on it and move it to a smaller fire source. Now we're gonna turn on this fire here to its lowest setting. And we're gonna let that simmer for a couple hours. All right, it's been simmering for about an hour now. We're gonna get some of the scum out of here. Then what we're going to do is add some mirin. Toss in the ginger. Add a bit of honey. Some soy sauce. Lots of miso. Just let it melt the miso. It'll simmer away and melt all the way into the broth. And lastly, a couple pinches of dashi powder. If you want it sweeter, you could add a bit more sugar to it or a bit more honey. I like the sweetness of it with the miso. So I'm going to add a bit more of this honey here. And then let it simmer for about another hour to 2 hours. Alright, this has been simmering for a good 3 hours or so in total. I'm going to turn the heat off. And let's get ready to serve this up. Ooh, the meat's already fallen off the bone. Get some daikon in there, some carrots, and some taro root. And there we have it. This is the Kagoshima style tonkotsu. I can't keep my patrons waiting, so I'm going to serve them. So I hope to see you guys again on another grand adventure. See you back at the tavern real soon.